Welcome to my series of videos on environmental engineering. I am Dr. T. Srinivas, working as professor in the Department of Civil Engineering, Geetham University. In this video, we'll discuss about the sludge treatment. The problems dealing with sludge are more complex because it is composed of substances responsible for offensive character of untreated wastewater, and the portion of sludge produced from biological treatment units consists of organic matter in the wastewater but in another form. So, the main purpose of this lecture is to describe the operations and processes that are used to reduce the moisture content and organic content of sludge. So, first of all, what is sludge? Sludge is nothing but the sediment collected from various treatment units. So, which is rich in organic content, consists of water or moisture and bacteria. The sludge based on the origin, for example, if the sludge is from primary clarifier, it is called primary sludge, and if the sludge is from the secondary biological treatment units, then it is called secondary sludge. So the primary sludge consists of inorganic solids and coarse organic solids, and the secondary sludge mostly consisting of the biological solids which are produced in the biological treatment units. So the characteristics and the quantity of the sludge, it basically depends on the type of the secondary or biological treatment units which are produced. There are different treatment unit operations or processes like sludge thickening, conditioning, dewatering, incineration, etc. So in this, sludge thickening is meant for reduction of moisture content. It may be either gravity thickness or conditioning. That means to improve the drainability of the sludge by using different chemicals or coagulants like ferric chloride, lime, alum, etc. or dewatering by using sludge drying beds. In this video, we'll discuss more about the sludge stabilization. The main important function of sludge digestion is to reduce the BOD, and sludge conditioning, that means to readily dewater the sludge, that is easy to dry, and to reduce the pathogens, and the volume of the sludge is to be reduced. And not only that, there are some end products like methane which are also produced in the sludge stabilization process. So sludge digestion is the process of decomposition of organic matter into relatively stable end products with considerable reduction in the volume and which are less obnoxious, more mineralized, thick and readily disposable sludge end products are being given out in the sludge digestion process. Anaerobic digestion is one of the oldest process used in the stabilization of sludge. It involves the decomposition of organic and inorganic matter in the absence of oxygen. In anaerobic digestion process, the organic matter is retained in an airtight reactor for a longer period of time. So this is actually the standard rate reactor, and this is a high rate reactor. The differences we'll discuss in a short time. In this, so what are the different processes that are involved in the stabilization? There are basically two actions or two stages in the sludge stabilization. One is liquefaction, another is gasification. That is, the complex organic matter is broken down by acid forming saprophytic facultative bacteria into short chain volatile fatty acids like acetic acid, butyric acid, propionic acid, etc. That means in the first stage, the organic matter is converted into some acids, and in turn, these acids are converted into methane and carbon dioxide. So there are two stages. One is liquefaction, another is gasification. So in a standard rate digester, the contents are loaded into a reactor and they are kept for a longer period of 30 to 60 days. there is no heating, there is no mixing. So that is called a standard rate digester. When there are some heating or some recycling is done, then the detention time can be reduced to 15 days. So that is a high rate digester. There is another combination, that is a two-stage digester, that is a series of two digesters. So what are the factors which controls this digestion process? First one is the temperature. Most of the standard rate digesters, they operate on mesophilic range, and in the high rate digester where the contents are heated and the contents are mixed, they operate in thermophilic range. So temperature is the first factor for the efficiency of a digester, and pH is the second parameter, because methane bacteria, they are very sensitive with the pH and they cannot survive when the pH is below 6. So temperature, pH, and nutrients like nitrogen, carbon, hydrogen, etc., and the nature of operation, whether it is a batch process or a continuous process. So these are the factors which depends on the digestion process depends. So basically the sludge digestion, anaerobic sludge digestion, it involves the decomposition of organic matter into some end products in the absence of oxygen. In the anaerobic digestion process, the organic matter is converted in the liquefaction phase into some acids, and in the second stage they in turn converted into methane and carbon dioxide in the absence of oxygen. Thank you very much for watching this video.